Hi guys, my name's Mark, a soon-to-be teacher Mark. I passed my mock. I just signed my contract yesterday, and tomorrow is my first official day as a VIPKid teacher. So I wanted to go over a couple of things, maybe that they'll be useful for new teachers or people that are thinking about VIPKid. First thing is my background. So I'm not like a professional teacher. Um, I've taught in different situations. I've worked with kids in different situations. I've worked with like several Boy Scout groups. I've taught Sunday school to kids at church, like older kids, kind of like 8 to 12. So I enjoy being with kids. I've taught kids, but I'm not an official teacher. So um, yeah, so just to get that out of the way, if that matters, if you're thinking about it and you're not a professional teacher, but you have some teaching experience, um, you can pass your mock. I've passed my mock, and I'm not a professional teacher. So, uh, why am I? Why do I want to work with VIPKids? So there's a few reasons with that. First one is when I was a kid, I wanted to learn languages. I had some friends that spoke languages other than English. So uh, one family spoke English and Spanish. There's another family that spoke English and Spanish and Japanese. The the mom was from the U.S., but she spent some time in Chile and learned Spanish. And then her husband came to medical school in the U.S. and spoke, but he was from Japan. He spoke Japanese, and so their kids spoke English, Japanese, and Spanish. So I just thought that was super cool. I wanted to learn another language, and I didn't really get much of a chance till high school. So I think this idea of teaching languages to kids is fabulous. So it helps build bridges between cultures and bridges between countries. So I just think that it's a great thing to do. And then for a professional reason, I'm starting a company up right now, and I'm looking for some income while to supplement our savings while we're doing this, and being able to teach early in the morning and still have my full work day. That really appeals to me. So those are kind of why I decided to go with VIPKid. Sorry if I'm looking down. I've got some notes down here so I don't ramble on for forever because I tend to do that. So like I said, I passed my mock. So kind of my path to doing that, I was just gonna watch the videos and just go, videos on YouTube. And when you sign up and schedule your mock, you can watch some videos so they kind of show you what's going on. I did watch those, but the opportunity came to attend a coaching days. This was an in-person coaching days. It was up in Salt Lake, Utah. I'm a little ways south in Orem. So anyway, I decided to go up there. The way I learn is kind of by watching people doing and getting to do it myself, and that's what the coaching days was. They gave us some great notes, some great tips, um, and then I came home and I practiced and practiced and practiced and practiced. So the coaching days was on Saturday. I scheduled my mock for Monday. The coaching days instructors told us to not wait too long after the coaching days, otherwise we were going to psych ourselves out with wanting to over practice and overthinking. They're like, you came here, you've learned, just go do your mock. So maybe I still did overthink it too much, but I practiced a bunch. X and P, I practiced both of them a bunch, probably 10 times each, maybe more. I know I practiced the X a bunch because the stupid memory game at the end, I couldn't figure out how to do it. Like, I would do okay on my time until I got to the memory game, and then that would just kill my time and I go long. It drove me crazy. So I practiced a bunch. I practiced the techniques. I had my TPR down. I had some my little whiteboard for the phonics thing. When you see that slide, you'll know what I mean. Um, and then one thing that they told us at the coaching days that really helped me out, because I was stressing with the X in the memory game, they're like, pacing is one part of the whole rubric that you're being evaluated for. So if you're gonna fail at something, fail at the pacing. But hit the TPR, hit the good attitude, make sure your tech is working, you've got good lighting, make sure you've got good sound. Hit all of your target sentences and all of the sentence structures. But if you're gonna fail at something, fail at the pacing. And by the time you hit that memory game on the X, you're through most of the lesson material. And then I accepted that I was just gonna lose some of the pacing through that game. So fortunately for my mock, my instructor had me do P. I rocked P. I rocked it practicing it, so I was really confident. I had a lot of fun. As my reward system, I used that as one of my extending opportunities. Some of the things that I had read said to not just do what everybody else was doing, but to bring some of your own personality to it. So so this was my reward system. I had rocket ship and the moon, and so it was my reward system and extending. So I would do rocket ship, and then moon and moon. And when you do a good job, the rocket ship goes to the moon. So made it fun, and then I counted a few times. You can see how many times I've done this video, 3 times, because there's 3 rocket ships up here. But anyway, so I just thought that was something of me that I could bring. I love rocket ships and dinosaurs. I've got some dinosaur puppets that I can use in my classes. I'll probably make a reward system with some dinosaurs too somehow. So, yeah. So, anyway, so I did well on the mock. There were a couple of things I messed up on. There was like the sentence structure for P is the word starts with P is the correct sentence structure, but I changed it to blank starts with the sound P. So I made it a little longer. It still got the concept across. Obviously I passed. I have seen other comments in some Facebook groups about people making small mistakes like that and not passing, but anyway, I don't know. So I got lucky. Some of the other things, what you see now is not the background that I had when I did my mock. It was a lot simpler. I didn't want to spend a lot of time or money doing something until I knew I was going to be teaching. So all I had was, it was just a white wall behind me. I found a world map that I put up. There was my name on one side, and then I had my reward system, and that was my background. It was simple. I think it showed I put a little effort into it, and it worked. As far as the tech goes, I have this Logitech headset, USB headset. If you watch other videos from other teachers, this seems to be a pretty common one. I will probably upgrade if I find that my slots do fill up. This headset here sits on my ears, and I got like these big Dumbo ears, so it kind of squishes them down. It's not real comfortable. When I have it on for more than like an hour or so, it really bothers me. So I'll probably go for like some of the big cup over the ear ones. Anyway, it was simple. My lighting, I think my picture looks okay. I know there's kind of some there's a little graininess to it, but I don't know. I don't have any direct lights on me, so I have 2 desk lamps, and then I have a ceiling light up here that I actually had to make this filter for to block out some of the light. It wasn't as necessary when I had my mock, but now with this plastic tablecloth, there's really like some glitter. You can still see the light's kind of strong here. But I just took a couple pieces of paper and taped them together and taped them to the ceiling, and it blocks out some of the light, so it looks a little more even back here. Um, my camera is, I think, is a pretty common one. It's a Logitech C920. I know there are other ones out there, but I think Logitech is a pretty common brand. What I would say, if you when you're setting up your camera, and I found this out when I was practicing, is that my camera, well, it would do a few things. So first one is the lighting. I actually played with the lighting settings in it. Um, the cameras are plug and play, but if you go to Logitech, you can download a camera utility that lets you get in and actually adjust some of the color settings. I'm not like a video guy. I'm not like a real photography guy. I don't know about contrast and stuff. I just kind of played with all the little slide bars till I got something that I thought looked okay. My settings were different when it was a white wall than what it is with this blue wall behind me, so I had to tweak those a little bit. So I would say definitely spend some time in the practice classroom before your mock to make sure that you look good. And then you'll notice, like down here at the bottom, you can see some of the white wall where the tablecloth doesn't quite hit. Um, but so what you see right now is a typical like HD resolution. It's what is it, 920 by 1080. So it's a 16:9 aspect ratio. But what I think you see in the box is called, it's 4:3 ratio. It's like the old school TVs before we got like HD. So give me a second here. I will show what that looks like. So this is all that they see when you're working in the little window in your VIPKid classroom. So it's a lot smaller. You don't see some of the things like on the regular resolution there. You over here you can see the little bit of the windowsill, and then down here at this side you see the um, you see the wall. But when you're in your classroom, this is all they see. So and I really like that. So let's go back to regular resolution, or regular widescreen. All right, here we go. So those are a couple of the tech things that you might want to play with as you're getting ready for your mock. And so like I mentioned before, I signed my contract yesterday. I set up my schedule yesterday for the last few days of this week and all of next week. And I woke up this morning, I have a class. So I'm pretty excited about that. I've seen a lot of people be frustrated. They're waiting several weeks to get anybody to sign up. So I've already got somebody scheduled. I'm really excited for that. But I looked over the slides. It's a level 3 class, but I'll be honest, guys, I'm kind of nervous. When we do our mock classes, it's letter X and letter P. It's Sesame Street stuff. It's pretty straightforward. But the class that I'm teaching has like science and math stuff in it. And looking over the class, like, it's some stuff that I don't know if I knew in English when I was the age of my student. I don't know that I'm allowed to say how old he is, but he's kind of like middle upper age, I think, of what level 3 tends to be. So it would be hard to look like if it was flipped around and I was learning these words in Chinese, it would be hard for me to learn them not knowing the concepts in English, let alone if I didn't know them in English and I was trying to learn the concepts and the vocabulary at the same time. So I'm really kind of nervous about it. I've got some ideas of some props I can use. I've got to go through and figure out the TPR. There's a lot of new vocabulary to review, and the comments from the student. He sounds really smart and he's good into science and math, so maybe it's not going to be as challenging as I think. And he's also had several classes, so maybe his vocabulary is more than what I'm anticipating. But I'll be honest, I'm a little nervous. I think I'll have to do a follow-up video after I teach the class to see how it goes. Um, yeah, but I'm gonna have to practice between now and then and try and figure things out. And there's another memory game at the end of this class. What is it with memory games? And so I'm almost positive I'm gonna have a pacing issue. So I'm gonna have to figure out something to make that work. So anyway, I hope this has been useful. If you're thinking about VIPKid and what your experience has been, hopefully I gave you some information on that. If you're prepping for your mock and you're trying to get everything set up, hope I gave you some feedback for that. And like I said, practice, practice, practice. Know the slides, know your TPR. This is just like any other job interview. You want to go in there and kill it. I already told you I made some mistakes, so I didn't really kill it, but I really put in a lot of effort to be ready, and I feel like it showed. I made some small mistakes, but in other ways I think it showed that I really wanted to be there and I really put the work into being prepared for it. So good luck to you. If you have questions, if you have comments, please reach out. Like I said, I'm just getting started. I haven't even taught a class, but apparently I did okay with the mock, so if I can help you with that, yeah, let me know. Take care.